everyone involved. So we are going to start the match here. Again, this is on MLG Shakira's Plateau. This is Hasu and Murder, both from vVv Gaming, Protoss and Terran respectively, going to be playing kind of a last match for everybody.
Yeah, a little bit of a bonus match, Game 6, making sure that all the members of VV Gaming do get a chance to showcase their talents on Wednesday night StarCraft. We have Murder spawning as the purple Terran on at the top right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, we have Hasu spawning as the green Protoss on the top left hand side. I'm so glad that they fixed the overlay so green, if Hasu's on the left on the overlay, then he actually shows up on the left in the map. It's always very difficult when they're like kind of crossed, but should be a pretty interesting matchup, Terran versus Protoss, and we'll see what's going to go down here and whether or not these players will play standard or if they'll try to change things up just a little bit.
Yep, and we are going to have Murder. He's going to begin the wall. He's going to begin his wall off here. But yeah, no, this is going to be a good match. Both these players really, really good. I have the pleasure of watching both of them play pretty often, so it is always fun to see people who are practice partners play against each other in these fun little show matches because uh, a lot of head games go on, a lot of metagaming seems to go on with players. Oh, they know what I'm doing, or they're expecting this from me, I'm gonna give them this or whatever. So yeah, we'll see if both players seem to do their standard, if anything tricky goes off. But so far, nothing out of the ordinary here. We are gonna have a looks like maybe a 15 gate come out of Hasu here, which actually no, looks like he's actually going to do a forge first. So Hasu going to go forge first. Murder actually going to complete his wall in here with the barracks, and he is going to, looks like he is scouting Hasu first. So we will definitely see that this is a very early, I kept saying forge, I mean Nexus. He's going very fast Nexus. And so it's going to come down to what Murder reacts, if he wants to fast expand himself or if he wants to do just some kind of one base all in here.
Yeah, Murder now going to be coming up the ramp. He will spot the 15 Nexus. The 15 Nexus, a little bit of a risky maneuver, and we'll see what Murder does. Murder, on the other hand, he did not get a gas down, so it looks like he will be going for a fast command center of his own. And his fast command center, even though it may be started well before the 4-minute mark, will actually be significantly behind. But we now see a bunker being built by Murder, and Hasu does not know about this. This is going to be a problem. The probe now going to come down, spot the bunker. He needs to get some damage onto that SCV as a Marine now tries to make his way across the map. Will it come down in time? More probes now coming in as well, as a Zealot needs to be chrono boosted off of that gateway in order to push it back. You can see now damage being dealt to that bunker. We can see 2 probes now going after it, and now, oh, that SCV down to 10 hit points. SCV once again joining back in on the fight, and it looks like the SCV will be able to survive at 10 hit points, but the bunker has taken a load of damage already, and now that SCV does get destroyed as well. Murder, it might be in a bit of trouble. Some probes coming over, and yes, Hasu able to finish off the Marine. I believe the losses are pretty even as this bunker down to 57 hit points. A new SCV coming over, but now with a Zealot there, I do not imagine this push will be successful.
Yeah, Murder going to try to micro that Marine as much as possible. And actually, this bunker is going to get up here, so if he can start getting some fast repair on it. And oh, Hasu focusing down the bunker. I don't think that's a smart idea. There he goes. He needs to focus on the SCV. Now this bunker is on fire, and Murder is going to salvage it and probably head home here. But I feel like I was watching the TVZ there at the beginning for a second. We had all these probes being pulled for a bunker rush. But Murder taking his own base, and actually with some nice micro might be able to take out this Zealot here, losing only 1 Marine, and the Zealot does go down, but here comes a fresh Zealot, and Murder actually might keep trying to micro. No, he decides to go home. Murder throwing down 2 more barracks, does not have gas yet, and his expansion is almost done, so he will be going into his own mid game, throwing down a bunker there. So I think that's the end of the pressure. Hasu getting another gateway. He also has warp gate on the way. So I think now we're going to transition into a nice mid game.
Yeah, I think Hasu at this stage can easily transition into, say, a 2-base 6-gate. You can see that he already has his gas, and he's had it going for quite some time. Cybernetics core about halfway completed with that warp gate tech, and this is very important for Hasu. If Hasu, oh, he's overcommitting into this fight, gonna lose a Zealot, not quite sure what that was about. And now the Stalker will retreat. He does see that there is a bunker up there on the high ground, and knows that he really cannot stick around for very much longer. All he can hope to do is chrono boost out probes, get a lot of gateway units and perhaps use those gateway units to apply a lot more pressure, as now once again a squadron of Marines with 3 SCVs this time looking to continue this pressure. There is a Stalker over here. It does spot these Marines now coming in, and this one Stalker desperately needs to run away as the Marines are chasing him.
Yeah, that was a very odd decision, like you were saying. Running that Zealot up there died for nothing. No Marines were killed. I think he only got 1 hit on, actually. And actually, here comes Marines and 3 SCVs. And only a Stalker, a Sentry, and a Zealot coming up. So Murder coming in here, focusing on a pylon building. Oh, and actually trapping the units there. So nice placement. These pylons definitely not helping. Oh, and 3 bunkers go up. And now Murder actually going to pull back, and the probe's going way far away here. Murder actually going to get a lot of probe kills here. And this is not really, I think, what Hasu wanted. I think he was expecting Murder just to kind of play passively after that attack, losing all of his probes at his natural, except for that one, which he actually might lose now, which he does. So all the probes in the natural are gone. It's a 17-29 Harvester advantage for Murder. That Nexus, now with all those probes gone, pretty much can't even be considered a fast Nexus anymore. I mean, all the probes were gone that Hasu was able to get, so his work rate is now no longer there. Murder needs to be careful, though. He is sending out all these Marines, but the Stalker isn't yet caught up. So 2 Zealots go down for free again, and now Hasu in full retreat here. I think Murder has a nice commanding lead in this game.
Yeah, I think so too. You can take a look at the buildings. Are actually, engineering base have been completed. Murder will be able to double upgrade as well. I believe an armory should be added in just a moment. And Murder, very known for his bio play. So at this stage, I would assume that you're going to see an armory, see a Ghost Academy, see the starport, the reactor, and then right now Murder's just going to sit back and now try to macro up just a little bit more. Now that he knows that he has an economic advantage over Hasu, Hasu losing a lot more probes in that engagement in order to stay alive. He is still alive, he still is in this, but he definitely has a hill to climb if he wants to try to win this match.
Yeah, Murder scans, sees everything. So knows Robo tech is on the way, but yeah, like you were saying, you know, Murder has all these options now, getting stim and combat shield. He is throwing down a starport, and he does have double engineering base for double upgrades. So I think Murder's going to try to hit a 1-1 timing push with stim and bio. He is getting a reactor on another barracks as well as a second reactor. So kind of an odd add-on. Ratio, 2 tech labs to 2 reactors. Usually we see kind of a 3 tech lab to 1 reactor ratio, but nonetheless, Murder likes his Marines a lot, and why not? They're great units, and Murder actually getting a second starport off 2 base, very interesting. Usually if you do get a second starport, it is after your third, but Murder, I think, scanning that somewhat early robotics facility, is expecting Colossus to be coming up here in the near future, so wants to try to get some either quick Viking production out, or wants to be able to produce Vikings as well as not really sacrificing that much medevac count. But nonetheless, we do have an observer here that kind of sees the front of Murder's base, can see when you go in. Oh, in this drop, let's actually see. I'm going to go to Hasu's cam real quick, and he just notices the drop weaving. So very nice map awareness right there. Hasu does know that this double drop is on the way, but as you can see, Hasu just really doesn't have that much to defend with. He does have 4 Stalkers and a Sentry in the back of his base, though.
Yeah, so the 4 Stalkers with the Sentry, it looks like the Stalkers, as long as they're able to prevent the drop from even going down, maybe enough, but Murder now going to be smart, going to drop them onto the low ground, fire up onto the high ground to try to get some room. But the Sentry could try to play a reverse trick here and perhaps trap them in there while pushing away the rest of the Marines. That would just force the medevacs to try to pick up those units there. As you can now see, there's a Marine patrolling to make sure that Hasu doesn't take up a 3rd base. And it looks like Marines and Marauders will be knocking on the front door as well as the back. This is going to be a problem for Hasu, especially as he only has 1 Colossus. Extended Thermal Lance range not yet quite done. That 2nd Colossus needs to be chrono boosted out in a hurry. And it looks like he may be able to perhaps get 2 Colossi, 1 for the front door and 1 for the back.
Yeah, he has his drop set up in the back, and now he is dropping, and now he's going to go to the front too, maybe, but I think after seeing that Colossus, he decides it's not a good idea. But this army can actually take out Hasu's defenses right here. The Sentry is gone. All the Stalkers are gone. only one left, but the Warpins are done. But now here comes this Colossus, and Murder smartly running away simply because it's just Marines. But actually, he's going to take on the Colossus and just takes out the nice concave. And at the front, though, all of Murder's forces get taken out, but he is just going to drop right to the main with this drop going up. And I think this is going to spell, maybe not GG for Hasu, but it's definitely going to put him, I think, in an unwinnable position.
Yeah, it's just going to be a continual uphill battle to climb. Stalker is getting out of position. Down goes the Colossus, and Murder using just these medevacs very, very well, and now continuing to push the main base. It looks like more probes will get taken down. And it looks like another Colossus will be added here in just a moment, but the sentries, even with Guardian Shield, not going to really be able to do all that much. Zealots now trying to lead the way as the medevacs picking up the units and then pulling them away once more. And taking a look at the Harvester count now, it is 21 to 54. This is looking very good for Murder as the Marauders will finally get cleaned up. No, they're just going to run away instead as Murder retreating with these two medevacs and now has an even larger army on the front. I believe Ghosts are currently being trained as well. I did see a Ghost Academy. We also have a Raven in the air. Point defense drone could be thrown down, intercepting and stopping any Stalker attack. And we're also going into a fusion core. Not something you see every day. Battle cruisers may become operational.
Yeah, I know Murder likes battle cruisers. In TVP later in the game, sees them as a very strong backup unit, which they are. But in this position, Murder can do pretty much whatever he wants here. Again, it's only 46 supply to 142. And these Vikings going to come in and almost pick up that Colossus for nothing. And now here comes Murder, and this should be GG. A point defense drone thrown up for no reason. And there's the GG, and Murder taking that victory.
Yeah, so Murder taking game 6 in the bonus game here on Wednesday Night StarCraft.